Hello, thanks for popping by and spending some time with me again, or if it's your first time here, my name's Vanessa Lee. Today we are going to be checking out all of my babies, all of my little propagations that I have in humidity bins. They both normally live in my bedroom, but I've got them here with me today. And I thought I would just talk about the lighting first of all. So I'll put in some B-roll of what they're looking like right now, and oh my gosh, it's like a little jungle in a box. They're looking amazing. And as I said, they live in my bedroom, and I have these plant lights on top. These are the Barina T5s, and what I love about them is that you can interlock them, and so you only need to use one source of, you know, like one power source. So using this box just to show you. So yeah, I'll place one on top like that. I'll put books either side, and then the next one will link here and just go underneath, and that will give lighting for the box that sits underneath it. And that's how I take care of them, and it's been working amazingly well. Okay, let's get in these boxes, because oh my gosh, there's one actually that's hitting the floor right now, so I'm gonna have to get it out of there. Maybe if I scoop this one over. They are looking so adorable. Okay, so yeah, let me just drag this one out first, because it literally is touching the bottom of the box. So I bought a Anthurium warwickwianum 2 years ago, and it had like a bacterial infection. Now that I've had a little bit more experience, I bought another one which has shown exactly the same signs after a crazy heat wave. So, you know, from that experience, I've learned that I think this particular plant cannot tolerate low humidity. And so during that heat wave, my humidity in this room was 35%. I don't think they really like the high temperatures either, but check out this little baby warwickwianum. So yeah, like I was saying, the first one basically came with a lot of dots. I had like a dotty issue with it. It was a bacterial infection or something like that, where the newest leaf would be beautiful, but all the leaves behind it would be covered in dots. These kind of little, looked like it had measles. So I ended up chopping that plant up, and I literally had a stomp, no leaves, nothing. I cut the stomp up, which was actually quite nice and long, and I've managed to produce this one. I've actually got another one in the bedroom, but it's not looking amazing. Maybe I'll go and drag it out later. This one, aren't they just gorgeous? Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm really tempted to take this one out of the box now. I'd love to have this one out on the shelf, but I do think we've got a couple of hot days coming, so they're going to stay in there. But come autumn time, these are going to go out on the shelf, and oh, I just couldn't be more proud that I managed to save a plant, a leafless plant, and produce 3 new plants. So the one that's in the bedroom, I plan on giving away to a subscriber actually, that I'm going to go and meet them and give them the plants. And they're also buying some plants from me, but actually, you know, oh God, I hope they're not watching this. Hopefully I've already given her these plants. I don't want to spoil the surprise, because she doesn't know at the time of videoing this that I'm going to be giving her a warwickwianum. Okay, so those two, absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to have to find this one a new place to live, because it is just, yeah, I mean, it's getting kind of bent where it is. Oh my gosh, but yeah, I saw that this morning and I couldn't believe it. So they're just still expanding in that box. Who should I do next? Okay, so I have also 2 Anthurium baccaries in here. I recently did my Anthurium video. If you haven't seen that one, definitely check it out because I do my full collection. So if you've seen that, you'll know that I already have, oh, it's dripping all over me. You'll already know that I have 2 of these out on display, and these 2 I plan on selling. The only reason they're in the propagation bin or the humidity bin is because I'm keeping them away from all of my other plants, because I plan on selling these, so I want to keep them happy and healthy. And I'll also talk you through my process before I hand these plants over. I would never give a plant from 100% humidity, which is what this box is providing. I slowly get them used to ambient temperatures and humidity. I don't know if ambient is the right word. Well, I can use this. Brilliant. Okay, you can go there. But look at this. Look how strappy these leaves are. This plant is really easy. I wouldn't say that it's growing any faster because it's in the humidity bin. The ones on the shelves, in fact, are probably looking, I don't know, like they're growing a little bit faster, I think. Okay, who's next? Oh, this one is shocking. So I have a little baby Anthurium pallidiforum, and you'll see my main plant here in the background, this guy. So I took a bottom cut from this plant fairly recently. Actually, no, it was probably about 2 months, 3 months ago. So it was not a fast propagation. It took quite some time, but I can already see that there's a new one coming as well. So I'm very happy. I'm really happy. Let me talk about also what I'm growing these plants in. So this was a bottom cut, so it had roots. I put it straight into a mix of tree fern fibre and my chunky aeroid mix, and that is very important for the Anthuriums. The tree fern fibre is like, it's just a game changer, and put a lot of bark as well. But with my little babies, when they're really, especially, well, any of them, any plants that I'm propagating, I like to use great white, and of course I didn't bring that over with me. Yeah, this, I swear by this stuff. It is amazing. If you've just bought a plant, if you have a struggling plant, but in particular with propagations that you plan on putting into either sphagnum moss or soil, I probably wouldn't put this in. I don't actually do many propagations anymore in water, unless it's a philodendron, and I don't have a lot of philodendrons, so yeah, I don't really do that method so much. Generally I'm using sphagnum moss. Yeah, I think they're mostly sphagnum moss, and a lot are in soil already as well. But yeah, get yourself some of this stuff. It is not the cheapest. It's not the cheapest, but it lasts for a really long time. So for the amount of times that you're going to use this product, it's actually it's well priced. I'll put it that way. And I mean, I've had this for ages, and literally every new plant that I get, just shaking up. Yeah, especially with the Anthuriums, if I'm doing anything with my Anthuriums, they will get this stuff. And if I buy a new plant, I will use this. You can put it directly onto the roots, or which I prefer to do, or you can mix it into some water and water the plant, like make a kind of tea for your plants. And I swear by this. This, I believe, is with the combination of the tree fern fibre and this, is how I think the leaves are expanding at a faster rate. In fact, it does even say on here that, you know, it accelerates the growth of your plant. There's a lot of beneficial bacteria. I think there's like 11 different types of beneficial bacteria in here. And yeah, it's just like a really nice kind of hardcore vitamin shot for your plants. So get yourself some of that. Right, back in the box, back in the box. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Check out my Anthurium forgetii. Look how dark that leaf is. This is the dark form. I always forget to say that. Yeah, this is the dark form. And then that was the other one. And then that's its latest leaf, which is busy expanding and doing all the things. Now this, okay, now I can actually show you. Can you see that stumpy bit there? That kind of browning stumpy bit. That is the original plant. And it came with this one leaf that was probably this size. I was given it as a gift from a friend that I made at the Rare Plant Festival, or Rare Plant Market, sorry. I'm always telling this story because I'm still amazed that this person, the sweetest person ever, not only sent me this as a gift, but several other things. And yeah, it was just so lovely. Anyway, yeah, so the leaf got a dot, like a yellow dot, and then that yellow dot just kind of got bigger and bigger and bigger. Before you knew it, I had no leaf, and then just a stump. And then the stump kind of croaked it. And then out of the side, this plant grew. This one. So this one I have out on my shelf. Well, you know that, I just grabbed it. And you can really see the difference between the colour of the leaves. And this one's getting high humidity and this one isn't. This one's getting like, what's the humidity? Oh, today's not so bad, but I have got like a rack of clothes over there. Like I purposely did a load of washing so that I could make this room create a bit of humidity. But yeah, 50%. And the leaves kind of always go a bit yellow, like they just from I mean, that's probably the darkest out of the four of them. This leaf is still busy expanding. So I filmed the Anthurium video I would say 2 days ago, and that the leaf was a lot smaller, so that is like 2 or 3 days of expanding from the size of, well, it was a little bit bigger than this baby leaf. And now it's at this stage, which is amazing. I do need to upsize its pot. So like you can kind of see like all the leaves are pretty much the same kind of size. But with the Anthuriums, what you want to do is upscale the pot, especially at this stage. When you're when you're like at this kind of little baby kind of stage, you want to put it in a pot that's 2 sizes bigger, and you just want to keep doing that. And then once they kind of get to an established size, they just generally, the next leaf will push out and it will be bigger than the one before. But yeah, I mean, I probably might even put this one back in a box and see if I can get this leaf to stay dark, and see if it really is about the humidity. I think it is though. But yeah, so that's that. I just wanted to show you the difference between the colour of the leaves because I'm just finding that very interesting. I actually have another one in here. So yeah, I've been through so much with this plant. It is just crazy. So I had the stump with absolutely nothing on, then a new branch came out and I separated it, and then another, yeah, and I separated it in that plant, and then the stump again threw out this plant, and then it threw out this plant. So it's a plant that clearly likes to pup a lot, but the original stump, can you see? It is just, it's not going to make a comeback at all, but it's still producing pups, which is, nature is very interesting, isn't it? Survival. When your plants really want to survive, it will go through the motions. But look how tiny. So dinky. That's its newest leaf, which is looking lovely. This leaf I actually had out in this room for some time. I had it on the shelf there, so it's got that kind of more of a yellow tone to it. But yeah, it is what it is. All of the Anthuriums are in that mix that I told you about just now, and yeah, it really does work wonders. This is the bottom cut of my very first Monstera Albo. Sorry, I just blanked for a minute because I'm actually thinking, was this the bottom cut? No, it wasn't the bottom cut. I don't know, maybe it was. I've cut that plant up so much. My very first Monstera Albo was quite a weak specimen, I think. I struggled from day one with it. But I think also now I know a lot more about this plant and I really know how to care for it. Like you can see the one in the background. Generally the Monstera Albos will suffer from getting kind of brown spots on the white areas, which is not what you want really. But I've managed to keep it at bay on both of my plants. So this plant was actually double the size, and I've got a bottom cut over there, and it's just produced the most amazing leaf. I might actually have to show you that because it kind of is a propagation of sorts. Yeah, so check out this one's leaf though. Stunning, absolutely gorgeous. I have a lot of Monstera Albo in my collection, which you're going to see in the next box. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. It's in pure leca, and this is like my first experience of growing a plant in pure leca, and you can see all the roots and stuff. Yeah, I'm very happy. This one I think is just going to stay in the box, and I'm just going to allow it to continue growing leaves. When I first got this plant, it had, I think I was about to tell you the story and then I didn't finish it. Yeah, it had this brown spot and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and I did buy it in the summer. I bought it for my birthday, and I'm like a Leo baby, so the heat was on. I tried putting it in a box and I think it was just too late, and yeah, it was such a slow grower. It wouldn't produce new leaves very often, and yeah, the experience was scary because I had spent so much money on that plant, and you know, now you can get them at more affordable prices, but when I bought mine they were like double the price of what they are now. But yeah, I'm gonna put this one back in. Oh, I hope I can get a really lovely home for this one. It's such a gorgeous plant, the Anthurium Bakeri. I'm a sucker for a strappy plant. So yeah, they're gonna go back into the box. Look. The hats. Are you gonna go back in? I'm gonna have to put this one back in. I just want it to do well. So you're going in. Oh, how amazing is this plant? Oh my gosh. I just can't believe how gorgeous this plant is. It's just stunning. Okay, so you can go back in also. Where? There. And this guy, look how tiny. It's so cute, and there's a new leaf coming as well. Probably needs the water, so I might do that afterwards, but amazed. There is one other plant in this box, nothing very exciting. It is just my Scindapsus, the Silvery Ann, which was, when I very first got into plants, it was the first plant that I literally hunted for. I went around all the plant shops. I couldn't find it anywhere, which was so weird. I think now you can find it, it's like more common. and yeah, I couldn't find it anywhere. And I obviously had talked about it so much that I used to work in a plant shop, and I must have spoken about it so much that one of the customers came in and she bought me like a really long cutting from her skinned out sis. So yeah, I have kept a piece. I do really love it, but I just don't have space for trailing plants anymore. I've kind of outgrown the trailing plants. Okay, next box. Are you ready? Oh my gosh. Put you back. The next box. Oh, actually, I'm going to put it down here. There's a lot going on in this box. I'm almost scared to take them out because they're all quite cozy. Okay, where to begin? Let's take the tallest one out first. This is a cutting from my Philodendron Splendid. I have quite a few of them. They're doing amazing. There's actually 2 in the pot, and these are going to be sold. All of this stuff needs to be sold. How many more do I have? I've got this one, which also has 2 cuttings in the pot. It's just growing a little bit slower. Actually, no, this one's got 3 in there. I don't know if you can see that. Very drippy. Where's the other one? And I also have this one. Okay, looking at them now, they're all in different types of substrates. So I kind of ran out of lacquer balls at one stage, and I had a lot of pumice. So I've just put pumice at the bottom and then sphagnum moss. And yeah, they're the same. Yeah, this one's also the same. But yeah, the leaves are gorgeous. This is definitely one of my favourite philodendrons. And I don't have a lot of philodendrons, but this is one that I will always have in my collection. I've actually got 2 plants that I'm keeping for myself, and yeah, I shouldn't be having duplicates, but yeah, I'm going to keep the 2. One's on a moss pole and one's just on a pole. Like, I decided to kind of stop doing the whole moss pole thing. But yeah, she's gorgeous. Check out the back of this leaf as well. I love the redness. So I really love the verrucosum. This is the reason why I got the Splendid, because the verrucosum, oh, it's so pretty. Like, the backs of those leaves are so stunning. So with the Splendid, you kind of get the best of both worlds. So you kind of get the gloriosum, which is the other mother to this plant, or the other parent to this plant, and then the other parent being the verrucosum. So I do have a gloriosum, and it's a little struggler. This one is much easier. So yeah, if you don't have any philodendrons, or if you're looking for one that doesn't creep and it climbs but has that kind of beautiful heart-shaped leaf and with the red on the back, this is a great one to get. I think the El Choco Red also is a climber, and I was planning on, actually I'd ordered one, and I think it was on Etsy, but I didn't realise that I'd ordered from a place outside of the UK, and yeah, it's just difficult for them to ship. I've got a little fuzzy petiole here, also in sphagnum moss. We've got lacquer balls at the bottom. So cute. It's not looking so fuzzy just yet. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, the fuzziness hasn't really, actually maybe if I do it that way. You see, it's kind of getting there. As it grows up and matures more, then it will get a little bit more fuzzier. I just want to take this caterpillar off. So I try and remove the caterpillars quickly, because when they're in the humidity boxes, they'll just get all sloppy and yucky, and that can sometimes destroy a leaf. So yeah, but to be honest, I don't go in these boxes that often at all. Okay, I rescued my Philodendron Pink Princess. I've had much larger PPPs. I've had much larger Pretty Princesses, Philodendron Pretty Princess plants, which I kind of slowly got rid of because I was just always struggling to get pink on the leaves. I'd either get a full pink leaf or no pink leaf. And yeah, I kind of kept this little pup. It was in a jar for a really long time. It's still in sphagnum moss, and I don't know why I'm even showing you that, but yeah, not my favourite plant. I'd be quite happy to just throw that in the dustbin. In fact, I don't even know why it's not in the dustbin now. My only alocasia lives permanently in the humidity bin because it's the only way that I can seem to grow an alocasia. And this one's actually in pure sphagnum moss. Check out those roots. Can you see them? I'm sure you can. They're just nuts. So it definitely likes the sphagnum moss. Maybe in the winter I'll take it out and see what happens, but I quite like this one. This is the Alocasia Amazonica Bambino, and I really like the plant now that it's more of a cluster, because before I just had like one long stem and just all the leaves on the top, and that's something I don't really like about alocasias. But this, if they look like this, then I'm going to love them. So if you are into alocasia, do let me know. Are there any that aren't just one long thing with leaves that you only admire from the top? I don't know. Yeah, let me know. Okay, my Philodendron gloriosum. So I took some cuttings. You know how the crawlers sometimes will have a very long stem with absolutely nothing on it. So I cut that off, and I have now got 4 plants in here, and I will at some stage separate them. These guys are in pon, because the mother plant is in pon, and I think they're all activated. Let me just check. Yeah, they are. All 4 are activated and doing amazingly well. I will eventually separate these, but I think for now they're fine. Yeah. Little babies. Who is next? Oh, I've got another fuzzy petiole. Just like a 1, 2. Yeah, I've got 3 cuttings in there. They didn't have any leaves to begin with. I've grown these from stomps. The same with the splendids. And where's the other fuzzy petiole? Let me have a look at you. Yeah, and the fuzzy petiole was from a stomp. Really love those guys. Okay, the last of what's in this box, which is going to be really drippy, so let me just do this. So yeah, you've seen, did I show you part of my Albo? Oh yeah, I showed you the bottom cut of the Albo. Here is what happened to the rest of the plant. So each leaf had a growth point, a node. So although I lost the leaves, I do now have these guys. And I think that is all of them from that plant. Or I think I've got 2 more. Sorry, I've got 2 more back there. But these ones I plan to sell, so they are just being I'm being cautious when it comes to pests and stuff. Yeah, this one, oh my gosh, can you see? It's literally growing out of the bottom. They're all in a chunky aeroid mix. They were growing in sphagnum moss to begin with, but as I'm preparing them for sale, they're now getting used to a different substrate, and I think they transitioned really well. I find transitioning plants from sphagnum moss to soil really they just do it straight away. Oh, this one needs some water. Yeah, this one's looking really good. I'm busy pushing out a lot of leaves. Busy pushing. Yeah, that leaf doesn't look too happy. I could probably get rid of that one, to be honest. Let's do that. It'll grow a new one. But that one just didn't look very healthy. So yeah, really gorgeous leaves. I love the mottling on this particular plant. I mean, I know people love to get the half moons, and I do have a half moon here. And I don't know, it's all right. I just prefer this. I don't know. Let me know, guys. What would you prefer your plant to be, like half moons all over, or would you prefer something with a little bit of mottling? I personally, I mean, as long as it's got lots of white, like this one, that's my favorite leaf, I think. Stunning. So yeah, I've got those three. Those are going to be going up for sale. This one was actually, I've only recently put it in this bin because I don't know, nobody seems to want it. And I've kind of approached a couple of people that said they wanted a baby Monstera Albo, but they just don't want this one. So it's back in the propagation bin so that I don't have to keep thinking about watering it all the time. Let's put you in the corner. So cute. And lastly, I have this Monstera Thai constellation. And yeah, I've had a massive Thai constellation. It was just too big for my home, so I sold it. But I took a little bottom cut because, you know, a little baby, this plant is going to take a while before it's huge, or at least anywhere close to the size that it's. Well, this is the mother really, because it's the bottom. Yeah, this is the bottom. So this really is the mother plant. Anyway, yeah, it's going to take a long time before it's going to get to reach the size that it was before. But I'm really pleased. And it's got like another little shoot on the side. I'm not sure if that's going to activate. I mean, it's been like that for quite a while. And it's just not really doing very much of anything. But it's not going brown, so that's good. I haven't a clue of how you're meant to care for this plant, which is why I got root rot on the last one. So I don't have any information to give you on this plant, other than the fact that it seems really happy in high humidity in the bin. That's all I can tell you. And I just try not to overwater it because I just know I'm going to get root rot. But the roots are looking absolutely amazing. You can see at the bottom of the pot. That's a really good sign when the ones at the bottom are not like looking brown. So yeah, I will definitely keep you updated on that little dude. Oh, I forgot to say, sorry. This was its first leaf, and generally the first leaf is a little bit funky anyway. And yeah, that's the one it gave me recently, and I'm really happy with the amount of variegation that it has. It's a really pretty leaf actually. It's got like these really, like near my finger there, it's like a minty green, and it has some on the one earlobe. Yeah, it's got like a nice mixture of different greens and things in there. So yeah, little baby Monstera Thai constellation, my little TC. Right, now I just need to squeeze everyone back in again. Hopefully. So for the first week, when I'm kind of getting them, trying to slowly transition them, I will open the lid this much, in the summer. In the winter, I will do this during the day and then I'll close it at night. So the transition is a lot slower in the winter. And then I will just open the lid a little bit more. And if you have one of these humidity meters, you can just pop them in the box and then you can actually see like, oh, okay, if I leave the lid open to a certain amount, generally when I leave it this far open, it'll be around 75–80%. And then when it's like half, like I'll do it like that because I want the light to sit still on top of the box. Yeah, then it'll go to about 50. From 50, I'm ready to kind of take it out of the box. I mean, the room on a good day is 50. The room on a normal day is around 40. So yeah, those are all of my propagations. Which one am I mostly impressed with? I think it was the Warwickwianum. Oh, and the Forgetii. Let me just grab that one as well. Yeah, these two. I think these two and the little Philodendron. Oh, so cute. I mean, if I were to see this before having seen or experienced the larger plant, I'd probably be like, yeah, what is that? Mind you, its latest leaf is quite cute. Like, it's more slender and it is a really pretty plant. But yeah, I'm just dead impressed with, I'm just so impressed with these two. I mean, look how wide that leaf has got. It's just crazy. And we've got the new one coming, hopefully. Ah, I'm so happy. Yeah. Very happy with these guys. Let me know, what was your favourite plant that I dragged out of that box? I always ask you guys these questions, but yeah, let me know, how's your experience been this summer season? Did you do a lot of propagations? I actually didn't propagate that much this year. It was mostly about the Anthuriums and the Monsteras. Yeah, I mean, normally I'm running around chopping everything up, but I think I've just got to the stage now where, I don't know, maybe propagating isn't, the thing is, like, when you propagate, you just end up with a lot of plants, and I've just learnt my lesson. And although I do love propagating and I do love to experiment with my plants, I just don't have the space for multiple plants, well, multiple of the same as well. Let me just grab the other one. So cute. Oh yeah, I'm gonna wait until autumn and bring these out to sit on the shelf. So you will get to see them. These most definitely I'm gonna keep. Maybe I'll try and, I shouldn't keep both of them. I know, I can hear you guys, but I might just kind of keep both. What would you do? Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Do give me a thumbs up. Yeah, do give me a thumbs up. Hit the share it with your friends and family. Like, maybe you know people that are also, you know, interested in propagating their plants and knowing how to care for them, and the benefits of having a humidity bin or a propagation bin. I've gone slightly off track now. Yeah, so give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you here again very, very soon. Oh, switch on your notification bell. Please do that. And yeah, have a fabulous week. Until next time, sending lots of love. Bye.